The National Football League doesn't seem to believe in the Minnesota Vikings because of one key factor. And quite frankly, it doesn't make sense. Let's talk about it. When you take a look at the Minnesota Vikings in aggregate, so when you're looking at them as a whole, they're a pretty dang good football team. They're consistent on defense, they're consistent and explosive on offense, and they're 8-2. Now, the 2022 Vikings were filled with a lot of red flags, talking about DVOA and talking about how they're just winning all these games by the skin of their teeth and not really playing good football, just finding ways to win. And there's method to that madness. Finding ways to win is really important, especially when every team is quality. Even the bad teams can still win football games, and we've seen that. Just played one in the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were projected to have the first overall pick. They won 12-7. It wasn't. It was a close game, even though it shouldn't have been based on kind of the underlying metrics and how the game script went. But Sam Darnold nearly threw 5 interceptions. That's going to keep other teams in football games. Vikings have those underlying metrics this year. They're excellent in terms of EPA per play. They're excellent in terms of EPA per play on both sides of the ball. And one of the interesting elements is Sam Darnold. He leads the National Football League in touchdown passes, and he's consistent. Now, people are really hesitant to believe in Sam Darnold. And quite frankly, I don't understand it. And I think when you take a look at the power rankings, the Vikings were ranked as low as 11 because, as Deontay Lee of The Ringer put it, the Vikings just don't have a quarterback that can win. And I will read it to you right here. To me, the Vikings clearly aren't Super Bowl contenders, but the NFC North is still theoretically in play for them, and they've banked enough early season wins to feel safe about their spot in the playoff hunt. Yeah, I think that's fair, but at the same time, 11th, this team is 8-2 and they're winning consistently. I don't understand how you can put them that low in the pecking order. So let's go to a team analyst that has them higher. Connor Orr from Sports Illustrated has them 5th. Sam Darnold was the 3rd best performer against the Titans this season, which doesn't feel significant until one realizes that the Titans are the 2nd most zone team in the NFL. Darnold has shredded man coverage this season, but has struggled against teams that play a higher load of zone. Much like we're talking about Jaden Daniels seeing a lot of deep coverage looks, teams adjusted to Darnold, caused a bit of a squeeze statistically, and now we're seeing him come out the other side like good quarterbacks do. And that's the key word here. Good quarterbacks do. That 3-word stretch tells the whole story about Sam Darnold. He is a good quarterback, but so many people have in their minds that he's not. Because of his time in New York, because of his time in Carolina. This is a different Sam Darnold. This is a different situation. We have to enjoy and absorb new information and use that to our advantage. We have to be able to do that as analysts. We have to be able to do that as fans. When new information is given to us, we have to use it and we have to change our narrative based on that. Sometimes it's just a little, sometimes it's a lot. Like take a look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix has performed pretty well the last few weeks. I said he'd be a terrible starter. Maybe I need to relook at that narrative. Maybe I need to relook at that and see, well, is he actually playing that well? And we're not doing that enough with Sam Darnold. He's playing great for Kevin O'Connell. Yes, there are still some bozo moments. Yes, he's still turning the ball over too much, but 0 turnover-worthy plays through the air against Pro Football Focus, with the one, by assumption, being the fumble that Arden Key caused that actually wasn't called a fumble upon further review. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He was tremendous in attacking downfield. And he is 6th in the National Football League in adjusted EPA per play. 1 spot ahead of your reigning National Football League MVP Lamar Jackson. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Sam Darnold is a top 5 quarterback. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he is the second coming, that he is the next Renaissance man. But you know what? He is the next Geno Smith, a very capable starting quarterback with high level output. That's pretty good. We knew Sam Darnold had it in him the whole time. It was about being able to harness it and being able to get it consistently. And with Kevin O'Connell, they're doing that. The Vikings are 8-2 because of Sam Darnold, because of that defense. And it's about time we start giving Darnold the credit he deserves. Now, he can't win comeback player of the year because they changed it due to the Joe Flacco situation last year to being an injury-only thing. But man, he deserves all the flowers, all the praise. And it's about time he starts getting the respect he deserves among national media. I'm Tyler Forness with A to Z Sports. Skull Vikings.